Hello everyone, this is my first video. What I'm going to focus on is gold and silver. So I'll make a weekly video on my thoughts, my trades, and why I'm making those trades. So currently I'm short gold at around 27.65. And my rationale being with a lot of the risks now behind us, for example, the election, and I think as time goes on, the uncertainty that Trump has brought will go down. I think people will get increasingly more comfortable with him and his path forward. I think people are uncertain with the trade stuff going on and other things. I'm not fully caught up on all that, but I think as people get more comfortable, I think gold will do quite bad into the future. Maybe a multi-year drop. I could be wrong. So that's my longer-term view. Now. But I mean that doesn't help anyone terribly. So how to exactly implement that view? Now, my thought was, and that's why I shorted gold on Wednesday, that gold would break above the all-time highs, not all-time highs, but highs in this time frame, above these, and then come down. So on Wednesday I shorted gold. On Thursday, I thought I was proven right, but gold went ahead and did a full recovery and went on to make new highs for this time frame. However, let's talk about what happened on Friday. Now, it's my theory that on Fridays gold tends to go up, and the reason is a lot of traders don't want to be short gold going in to the weekend due to geopolitical risk, central banks, any number of things can happen over the weekend. So because of that, I think gold, in my opinion, tends to be positive on Fridays. Now, there's obviously been days where gold is red, but and I don't have data to back this up, although I could probably get that data, and maybe I'll do that in the future. So let's look at what happened on Friday and why I think the top was in this Friday. So number one reason, as we talked about, gold tends to go up, but let's see what actually happened. So gold went up, made a high here, made a higher low here, made a higher high here, and then went on to make a lower low here, and now it's going sideways. Now, most likely, gold just drops from here, is my guess. You could see a little bit of a bounce here and then drop. You could even see a sharp spike up to get rid of all these stops here and then go down. But I think the top of gold is in. And like I mentioned before, I think it'll drop quite dramatically as things kind of stabilize. Let's see. So there's a trend line as well. So the other, okay. So I was debating whether this would be the top. So, okay. So putting on the trade on Wednesday, my thought was it would either break past these highs and come down, or it would hit this trend line and come down. Now, if it doesn't come down, if it makes higher highs than the daily high of Friday, then I'm wrong. And well, if it makes higher highs and stabilizes, if it makes a short-term higher high and comes crashing down, obviously I'm still right. I was too early. You could argue being early is the same thing as being wrong, but whatever. For the time frame I'm trading, I would consider that still be right, and I would make money on that trade. Okay, let's see. So now, doing more of a cycle analysis. So if you look at the yellow candles, or not the candles, but the time frames. So starting from the left, from high to high, you have 26 days, 24 days, 26 days, 25 days, 29 days, and in the same ballpark, we're at 28 days currently of a run higher. Now, the somewhat confusing part is cyclic, we should also be at a low here. So let me move that back here. So we have 32 days from low to low, 28 days from low to low. And this is maybe a little bit subjective, depending on how you want to analyze it. And you have 25 days, 24 days. And, you know, if this trend, or if the averages tend to stay, you know, we could be looking at a low and high at the same time cyclically. Now, I don't believe this is a low because we've been trending upward. So it's more believable that we're at a high than we're at a low. Plus, the low to low can extend further than 23 days. Like we had a 28 day here. So, you know, maybe this extends further. Or it could happen that we drop into a low. We go sideways and then drop. I'm not entirely sure, but I want to say this is not a clear signal here, but this is more of a clear signal for the yellows. From the high to high seems to be a more clear signal there. Let's see what else. Gold to silver ratio. So the ratio has been hitting this rough resistance around here time and time again. So in a bull market, gold underperforms silver on the way up. So silver should do substantially better than gold. And it's looking like gold, you know, this is the weekly chart, so it's much longer time frame. Gold has been performing better than silver, which I don't think that bodes well for the precious metals market. So it seems like eventually we're going to break higher. We may even hit this top here. Where was this? End of August of 22. So maybe that's what will happen. On a daily basis, you're not a clear signal here, but it looks like we made a higher low, or low here, higher low, probably higher low here, and then we're going to break higher on the gold to silver ratio. So I don't think that's positive for the precious metals. Now, I guess, when am I wrong? I'm wrong if it breaks lower than, what is this, 86.0, and sustains that. So similar to what I said before, so silver is not doing as well as gold. Silver didn't make an all-time high, or not an all-time high, didn't make a high. It looks like it made a lower high here, whereas gold made a higher high here on the same time frame. So silver is underperforming. Now, what would make me wrong is if silver breaks out above this high here and continues up. But I think that's unlikely. It could happen, and we have stops for that, or mental stops to avoid taking massive losses. Similar thing here. This is GDX, the major gold miners, to the gold itself. Looks like we've been trending down. So gold miners have been underperforming the metal itself, and I think that continues. And maybe we come up to here. Maybe that's a possibility. Okay, let's see. What other piece of evidence do I... Let's talk about the dollar really quick. So I follow a lot of the contrarians. I like to trade contrarily. But a lot of people are saying that the dollar has peaked and it's going to go down. That could definitely be correct. A lot of people I respect a lot are saying that. However, I don't think so. I think possibly the positioning got a little bit too aggressive on going long the dollar, and it might sharply come down, take out the overly long, dollar bulls, and then keep going up. And the reason I say that is, and I could be wrong, I'm not a geopolitical strategist, but with the Ukraine conflict, the pipeline gas that was cut off to Europe, Europe could be in a multi-year decline. From my understanding, Europe relied on cheap energy from Russia. Now that the cheap energy is gone, what options do they have? They can either have a complete overhaul of their political system that is now more willing to work with Russia, or find an industry that's not so energy intensive. I don't see that happening. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. But I think this trend continues. Great Britain is also, I don't see how they can correct easily from there. Japan as well. Plus with tariffs, probably the dollar keeps going up. Like I said, I could be wrong. A lot of smart people are saying dollar has peaked here. But regardless, even if the dollar keeps going down or sideways, gold could still drop, in my opinion. Now, historically speaking, from understanding, gold goes up when dollar drops. However, and gold goes down when dollar goes up. However, that correlation has not been holding. Gold has gone up while the dollar has been going up. So maybe gold goes down and dollar goes down along with it. And that would make sense if the main reason for gold going up is geopolitical risk. If my theory is right that with the new administration and in clarifying his policies and whatnot, risks go down, and if he's able to somehow end the Ukraine conflict and conflict in the Middle East, gold should do quite poorly. There's also recession risk. From what I could gather, the used car market is doing quite poorly. The number of houses on the market is on the rise and rising. The number of sales, I think, might be dropping. I'm not sure. I need to double check these numbers. But things are not looking terribly well. Even though some of the numbers may say otherwise, I think under the surface, things may not be as good as they may seem. I could be completely wrong on that. That's just a general impression I get. Even in my neighborhood, I noticed I wouldn't say dramatic. I would say definitely an uptick on the houses for sale. And yeah, so with that, even with the recession possibly coming, I don't believe gold will do well. So yeah, that's my thoughts. Hopefully that was helpful to everyone. And I guess I'll try to make another video next week. Okay, take care. Bye.